Right now, your brain is quietly deciding where you end and the world begins. That boundary feels obvious and permanent, like the most certain fact you own. But in a simple lab setup, a fake rubber hand can start to feel like yours. It takes only a couple of minutes for your brain to adopt a hand that is not real. And in 2026, scientists pushed it further and convinced brains they had grown wings. This is the illusion of body ownership, and it quietly rewrites who you think you are. The classic proof came in 1998 from psychologists Matthew Botvinick and Jonathan Cohen. They hid a volunteer's real hand behind a small screen, out of sight. In plain view, they placed a lifelike rubber hand where a real one would sit. Then they stroked both the rubber hand and the hidden real hand at the same time. Your eyes see the fake hand touched, while your skin feels a touch at that exact instant. Two signals line up perfectly in time, and your brain looks for the simplest explanation. The simplest story is unsettling. That rubber hand must actually be my hand. Within minutes, most people report feeling the touch coming from the fake hand. Some even feel their real hand has drifted toward where the rubber one lies. Then the experimenter suddenly raises a hammer and smashes it toward the rubber hand. The volunteer flinches and yanks back, as if their own hand were in danger. Brain scans confirm it. Threat and anxiety regions light up as though the hand were real. The body has been fooled so completely that it defends a piece of painted rubber. But there is one detail that decides whether the whole illusion works or collapses. If the two strokes are out of sync, even slightly, the feeling never appears. Timing is everything, because your brain is really running a constant matching game. Here is the strange part. Your brain never actually touches the outside world. It sits sealed in the dark, receiving only signals, sight, touch, and body position. From those signals, it must build one single guess about where your body is. It constantly asks a quiet question. Do all of these signals actually agree? When sight and touch match in time and place, it fuses them into one object. So it redraws the map of your body to include the rubber hand. Ownership of your body is not a fixed fact. It is the brain's best running guess. And the most coherent story always wins, even when that story is a lie. If a single hand can be captured, researchers wondered how far this could go. In another lab, volunteers put on a headset showing a view from behind a mannequin. The mannequin's body and the volunteer's body were stroked together in sync again. Soon people felt they had left their own body and moved into the plastic one. Scientists have swapped people into differently sized bodies and into other people entirely. In one version, you shake hands with yourself and feel the grip from the other side. The felt sense of you, sitting just behind your eyes, can be picked up and relocated. This is strikingly close to what people describe during out-of-body experiences. The self you feel so anchored inside turns out to be surprisingly easy to move. And your brain will not stop at borrowing bodies. It also absorbs objects. Neuroscientists found that when you use a tool, your brain treats it as part of your arm. A monkey trained to use a rake grew brain cells that mapped the rake like a limb. It is why a driver can feel the edges of a car while squeezing into a parking spot. It is why a blind person's cane delivers touch that seems to happen at its tip. Then, in 2026, one study pushed the body map somewhere humans have never been. About 25 people wore feathered virtual wings and flapped to fly for a week. Brain scans before and after showed the visual brain treating the wings like real limbs. Given a body part we never evolved, the brain simply welcomed it as its own. This is far more than a party trick hidden away inside psychology labs. It is how a prosthetic limb can slowly stop feeling like a device and start feeling like you. It is why good virtual reality feels less like a screen and more like being there. It even explains phantom limbs, a body map that outlives the body part it once traced. The feeling that this body is me is one of the most certain feelings you will ever have. Yet it is not a fact reported to you. It is a story your brain writes and can rewrite. Your sense of self has no fixed edge. It sits wherever your brain currently draws the line. Give that brain a rubber hand, a new body, or a pair of wings, and it will call them yours.